Imagine being trapped in an endless labyrinth of darkness, where every shadow conceals unimaginable horror. Tonight, we plunge into a tale so twisted that the line between man and monster vanishes into the gloom. In a world where survival means facing the unknown, one solitary wanderer's descent into the abyss unearths secrets that chill the very soul. Get ready for a journey into terror, one that will leave you questioning every creak in the dark. Welcome, fellow seekers of the macabre. In this video, we explore a story drawn from the annals of horror, a tale originally penned by H.P. Lovecraft, reimagined for our modern audience. Our narrative unfolds deep beneath the earth, where a solitary traveler ventures into a cave whose twisting passages hide more than just rock and darkness. Here, isolation warps reason and awakens primal fears, revealing that sometimes the true terror is not the beast lurking in the dark, but the horror that lies within ourselves. Prepare to follow each harrowing step as we uncover the full history of the beast in the cave. In the stillness of a forgotten wilderness, our wanderer embarks on a journey that begins with innocent curiosity. Under a sky devoid of stars, he approaches the mouth of a vast cave, an entrance to a realm where the boundaries of daylight and reason dissolve into blackness. Clutching a flickering torch, he steps past the threshold, unaware that this decision would forever alter the course of his life. Inside, the cave unfolds as an endless maze of jagged corridors and twisting passages. Every step echoes against cold, damp walls, and with each footfall, the light of the surface fades further into memory. The silence is not empty, but alive, with the unspoken promise of danger. As he presses on, the labyrinthine passages seem to conspire against him. Familiar shapes become alien, and every corner hides a potential threat. The traveler's heart pounds in his chest as the claustrophobic corridors swallow him, leaving him stranded in a world devoid of comforting familiarity. With the diminishing light, uncertainty creeps in. He finds himself in a vast cavern where the only sound is the steady drip of water and his own anxious breathing. The chill of isolation wraps around him, and every shadow takes on the guise of something sinister. In that oppressive dark, even the most mundane rock formations morph into grotesque looming figures. It is here, amid the cold stone and unyielding darkness, that he feels, for the first time, a true, primal dread. His mind, trained in rational thought, begins to fray at the edges. The cave itself seems to whisper of ancient secrets, hinting at the possibility that something malevolent stirs in its depths. This descent is not just physical, it is the unraveling of a soul. Each step forward deepens the isolation, and the cave's silence becomes a deafening reminder of his solitude. Lost in the vast underground, the traveler battles not only the physical darkness, but also the creeping terror that every unseen corner might hide an unspeakable horror. And so, with a mix of dread and defiance, he ventures further, unaware that his fate is inextricably entwined with the dark mystery that awaits him ahead. As the traveler trudges deeper, the oppressive stillness is abruptly disturbed by an almost imperceptible sound, a soft, measured tread that does not belong to any man. At first, he dismisses it as the natural acoustics of the cave, a trick played by the echoes of his own movements. But soon, the sound grows into a subtle rhythm, a cadence that hints at the presence of another, something that is neither entirely animal nor wholly human. A chill sweeps over him as he listens. The footsteps are not the heavy, expected thuds of a guide or companion, but something softer, almost padded, as if the creature had evolved to navigate the silent corridors of this subterranean world. The traveler strains his ears in the stillness, and with each soft patter, a shiver of terror courses through his veins. Was it merely an animal drawn to the cave's isolation? Or had his own frantic shouts summoned a presence from the darkness? With every step, the sound draws closer, a measured, eerie approach that defies natural explanation. The cavern's walls, carved by ancient waters and time itself, seem to reverberate with the sound, as if they too were warning of an imminent encounter. Shadows begin to dance on the uneven stone, and for a fleeting moment, the traveler imagines that eyes are watching him from unseen crevices. The sense of being stalked in a place devoid of life is unbearable. It is as if the very air vibrates with the echo of those footsteps, a spectral reminder that in the dark, every sound could be a harbinger of doom. His heart, once steady, now hammers in his chest. The rational part of his mind battles with instinct as he considers his options: to run, to hide, or to confront the mysterious presence. Yet, the overwhelming loneliness of the cave leaves him with no clear choice. The unknown pursuer is drawing ever nearer, its footsteps a grim metronome counting down to an inevitable confrontation. And so, with both dread and reluctant resolve, the traveller braces himself for what is to come. knowing that in the deep, echoing corridors of the cave, nothing is ever as it seems. Terror and adrenaline entwine as the traveller resolves to face his unseen assailant. In the oppressive darkness, his only defence is the crude weaponry he can muster, a handful of jagged stones gathered from the cave floor. Each rock, worn smooth by the passage of ancient time, now becomes his lifeline in a confrontation that is as much about survival as it is about defiance. He steadies himself, every sense on high alert. The rhythmic approach of the footsteps intensifies, merging with the pounding of his heart until both become a singular, frantic beat. In a moment of desperate resolve, he hurls the first stone into the abyss. The projectile slices through the stagnant air, its echo reverberating off the stone walls, shattering the silence for an instant. A muffled thud responds, a sound that is neither wholly of pain nor of surrender. The creature, still hidden in the darkness, recoils at the impact, but its retreat is short-lived. The rhythm resumes, even more measured now, as if it has recalibrated its approach. Every muscle in the traveller's body screams with fear and determination. He fumbles for another stone, his fingers slick with sweat and his vision blurred by the inky black. The sound of the creature's movement, a soft, almost animalistic pattering interspersed with an odd human cadence, grows louder. He can almost see its form, a shifting blur of shadow and menace, moving with a deliberate, uncanny grace. The second stone flies, and a brief, heart-stopping moment of silence follows before the creature emits a guttural sound, a sound that promises that this confrontation is far from over. As the struggle reaches its fevered pitch, the creature's form finally becomes discernible in the flickering glow of his dying torch. Its movements are erratic, sometimes quadrupedal, sometimes bipedal, an unholy amalgamation of animal and something disturbingly human. The confrontation is both physical and psychological, a desperate attempt to reclaim control over a situation that teeters on the edge of madness. Yet even as he throws stone after stone, the traveller realizes with mounting horror that his enemy is more than a mindless beast. The creature's persistent presence, its calculated retreat, and its unnerving, almost sentient quality hint at a revelation yet to come, a truth so grotesque it might shatter the last vestiges of his sanity. With the creature finally subdued and its laboured breathing echoing in the cavern, the traveller's adrenaline slowly gives way to a numbing shock. There, amidst scattered stones and the lingering whispers of the cave, lies the fallen form of the creature. His pulse races not only from the fear of the fight, but also from the uncertainty of what he has truly encountered. As the light reveals the battered, almost spectral figure, an unsettling truth begins to dawn upon him. The creature's white, almost luminescent skin, its awkward, shifting gait, and the strange alternation between quadrupedal and bipedal movement, these were not the traits of a wild beast at all. Slowly, in a moment of profound horror, the traveller discerns features disturbingly reminiscent of a human form. The creature's eyes, black and sunken deep into its skull, exude a haunting emptiness that mirrors the abyss of the cave itself. In that final, heart-wrenching moment, the gruesome reality emerges. The beast was once a man, a soul lost to the relentless, corrupting influence of the subterranean darkness. What had begun as a chance encounter with a mysterious creature had unfolded into a nightmare that defied the boundaries of nature. The transformation, whether born of isolation or some ancient curse, had reduced a human being into a grotesque parody of life, a living testament to the horrors that fester beneath the surface of our world. The revelation shatters any remnants of hope. The traveller is left to grapple with the unbearable truth that, in the endless void of the cave, humanity itself can be devoured and transmuted into something unrecognizable, something that lurks on the fringe of nightmare. In that cavernous silence, as his mind reels from the implications of his discovery, he is forced to confront the ultimate terror, that the beast in the cave is not an aberration of nature, but a mirror reflecting the darkest corners of the human soul. He now knows that the horrors of the underground do not simply vanish with the light, they seep into the very essence of those who dare to witness them. And so, with a heavy heart and eyes that have seen too much, he emerges back into the world above, forever haunted by the memory of what lurks in the deep. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of darkness. If this tale of twisted fate and unearthly horror sent a chill down your spine, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story from the realm of nightmares. Share your thoughts and deepest fears in the comments below. Your experiences and reflections might just inspire our next exploration into the unknown. Until next time.